Hey guys, it's 8Ball, also known as Gabe.v here, coming back with a brand new video here. This is an interesting one. I thought I'd add two things I love, playing video games and simply talking. Now, this is going to be a story time about the time I ran away from school, as you can see clearly by the title. Yeah, but this story time basically takes place at my elementary school. It was with my two good friends that are still my friends to this day. Let's just name them Brad and Melvin. The reason I'm not using their real names is because if anyone from my school, because this is, from my school or whatever the story time, if they see this, I don't want them to, copyright strike me. But anyways, Brad's not the best kid. That's just plain and simple. And then, I guess Melvin, he's a good kid, and I used to hang out with him a lot, but Brad was not. I was mainly there for, Melvin. Melvin was a good kid, but yeah, Brad was not. Brad was the class A-hole that would throw your Oreo sticks in the trash at lunch because he felt like it, and that's the thing, that there was actually a time where this Brad kid would quote unquote bully me, but that's for a different story. Today we're going to get into, right now actually, because I'm done talking about who their characteristics are, you guys came for me running from school. So I'm going to tell that story right now. So in my elementary school, there's the playground where you come out of the PE room. It sounds confusing, but basically you get out of the cafeteria and it's like a 200-foot walk and then you're at the playground, or you can go through the PE room. But basically, there's a gate that leads to a neighborhood that most of the kids that lived in that neighborhood could go through. And, off school, if it's off school, they can walk their dogs through the gate and go inside of, the school district and all of that stuff. But basically, that's where Brad and Melvin went through to go back to their houses. And yeah, so basically all of that, all the playground, the gate, and where everything takes place in the story, it's all up in the top left wing of the school, and then on the middle the right side of the building, and then the middle of it is where you go out and you get picked up by your parents, or yeah, there was a certain spot where you get picked up by the bus that was in the front of the school, and then in the side of the middle of the school is where you got picked up by your parents. And so basically, what would happen is I'd walk that long walk all the way down, go through the back of the school, and then I eventually ended up, on that long walk, where you get out of the cafeteria and you have to walk to the playground? Yeah, right there, except I go up to the playground, and I go through, there's the little gate, and I've done this before. I've walked up there before, I don't know, see if I can get in trouble or not. I was an idiot when I was 8. Don't judge me. I was in 3rd grade. Yeah, so I've done this stuff before, just to, kind of test my boundaries, see what I can get away with. I was 8, yeah. Um, yeah, it turned out me and one of my friends also tested our boundaries a little bit on one occasion. That's another story time. But yeah, so basically, I've done this a couple times, and so I noticed that Brad and Melvin, that's where they live. Now that I look back at it, it's a little creepy, I'm not gonna lie. But, yeah, I walked with them to their house, so that's kind of creepy, 8Ball. And I know what you're thinking. Why would you do that? Because I was 8. And so, I'm supposed to get picked up by my mom. And my dad is coming too. And my dad doesn't get off work till 5. So he's coming here on a special occasion. It's before spring break. Spring break is about to be lit. And I'm like, you know what? I need to do something awesome before spring break at school. So what does the big brain 8-year-old do 2 weeks before spring break? He walks with Mr. Brad and Mr. Melvin, walks to the gate with them, and here's the tricky part of the story. And now we're at this point we're just walking. I'm just walking and hoping I can get back. And what feels like 5 minutes was actually 30 minutes, but that becomes apparent later on in the story. And so basically, Bro, when you remember earlier when I said this Brad kid would just throw your snacks from lunchtime in the trash because he felt like it and it'd be funny? No, this kid pushed me in a puddle, made me soaking wet, and so I get up and I'm like, what the hell was that for, bro? And he's like, I don't know, it would be funny. Like, oh my god, I was so mad at this kid. But I still walked with him because of Melvin. It was nothing to do with Brad. Because Brad, if you're watching this, you know who you are. Screw you, you suck. Eat my balls. Like, I hate you. Seriously, you suck. Melvin, you're cool. So we're walking. I proceed to walk even though I'm soaking wet. Like, yeah, I was soaking wet. Like, you could. Okay, I'm not gonna say that joke. So we're walking. You know, we go through the gate and we start going to their house, and like, even Melvin's telling me like, "Yo, you shouldn't do this. Like, bro, you're gonna get in trouble. This isn't smart." I'm like, "Nah, it's okay. I'll just walk with you. I'm an idiot." So we keep walking, and then Josh is just like, "Bro, you should go. It's kind of creepy. I don't know where I don't want you to know where I live. You know." I'm like, "Okay," and so I leave. Oh crap, I just said his real name. Well, if I get copyright striked, you guys know I know. Sorry, Josh. And so now I'm walking by myself back to where you get picked up by your parents, and I'm getting back over there, and there has to be like 10 teachers in like the corner where you like okay, if you've ever been to the school I'm at and you know who you are, you know who you people are. If you turn around to that corner, you can't see anything, but past that you can. There was like freaking 10 to 15 teachers just like staring at me like, where have you been? We're about to call the cops. Um, like, we have no clue where you are. And I felt so bad for these teachers because they were just trying to do their jobs and get these kids home safely. And here I am walking home with people, my friends, and I barely know them except for Melvin's cool, but Brad, I barely know Brad. And yeah, so I walk up all the way to where you actually go through the doors to, you know, go into the area where you get dropped off. And this is my, like, favorite teacher yelling at me, basically saying, like, you shouldn't have done that. And then my mom's standing right beside her, and my dad is just, like, looking at me with the most disappointed face in the world. And my teacher is yelling at me, and then my mom's yelling at me, and it wasn't good. And, yeah. It just was not fun, was not good. I hated it. I hated every moment of it. And yeah, you shouldn't have run away from school, kids. And if you do, then you're not that smart, especially after doing it when you just heard my point of view and my story. And so basically, the punishment was pretty bad, but not that bad. Basically, um, I had to sit in the office every time the end of school. I couldn't go through the doors. I had to sit in the office and wait for my mom to pick me up. And this is a problem for my mom because she had to work. And so usually I'd go get dropped off at my grandpa and grandma's house so she could pick me up there. But yeah, she had work, so I had to wait in the office for like an hour just looking at used yearbooks on the side. Just like, oh, I know this kid from class. Oh, I know him too. Yeah, I'm sure you do, Gabe. I'm sure you want to walk home with them too. But yeah, anyways, I get in trouble for that, and it sucks. I had to sit in the office every day from that point on, and my teacher is like, why are you in here? I'm like, oh, because I did this, blah, 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 and she's like, oh, that's not smart, you're dumb. And yeah, basically they checked the security camera footage, and that's for another story time. Basically I got grounded for 2 weeks on spring break because I walked home alone, or I mean not home alone, I walked with Melvin and Brad to their house and back to school. So I did kind of run away from school, kind of didn't. It's my first video after a long time of not posting. I'm very sorry about that. I'm gonna try and upload more consistently now. It's 8-Ball, Gabe. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be trying to upload some more if I get an Elgato game capture card for my birthday. If you could like, subscribe, maybe add this to your favorites, I don't know. Leave a comment of anything I can improve on in my story times, like if my gameplay's too loud, anything like that. That'd be greatly appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you guys. Have a great day.